Shalom, shalom. This video is about the Gospel of John, chapter 19, verse 4 to 16. And it's about the corrupt priest's prayer to acknowledge that Yeshua told him that he is the Son of God. I'll read the text and then just say a few words about it. Pilate came out of the praetorium again. He said to the Judean leaders, "Look, I'm bringing Yeshua out to you, to let you know that I find no case against him." So Yeshua came out wearing the crown of thorns and the purple robe. "Behold the man," Pilate said to them. When the ruling Kohanim and officers saw him, they yelled out, execute him," which is more accurately translated as crucify him, crucify him. Pilate said to them, "Take him yourselves and execute him, for I don't find a case against him." The Judean leaders answered Pontius Pilate, "We have a law, and according to the Torah he must die because he claimed to be Ben-ELOHIM, the Son of God." And they were lying. There's no Torah law that requires them to do what they said. When Pilate heard this word, he became even more fearful. He went into the praetorium again and said to Yeshua, "Where are you from?" But Yeshua gave him no answer. So Pilate said to him, "Aren't you speaking to me? Don't you know that I have the authority to release you and I have the authority to crucify you?" And Yeshua answered, "You would have no authority over me if it hadn't been given to you from above. For this reason, the one who handed me over to you has greater sin." Pilate tried to let him go after this, but the Judean leaders cried out, saying, "If you release this man, you are no friend of Caesar. Everyone who makes himself a king opposes Caesar." So when Pilate heard these words, he brought Yeshua out and sat down on the judge's seat at a place called the Stone Pavement. The Hebrew and Aramaic word there is Gabbatha, which means a raised platform or stone pavement, but it is a raised platform also not only in the physical but also in the spiritual sense, because to deliver judgment is a spiritual act. Okay, it was the day of the preparation for Passover, about the 6th hour, that means about 12 noon. And Pilate said to the Judean leaders, "Behold your king." They shouted back, take him away, execute him, crucify him." Pilate said to them, "Should I execute your king?" The ruling Kohanim answered, "We have no king but Caesar." Finally, Pilate handed Yeshua over to be crucified. Remember that 6 months earlier at Sukkot, the corrupt Sadducee priests and Pharisees asked Yeshua to answer them directly whether he is the Messiah or not. And therefore they understood who Yeshua was, that he was Ben-ELOHIM, the Son of God. And to Pontius Pilate, they admitted this fact, saying that he said so. In the Greek ground text, the Greek word epuisen from poieo, which means to make and or to do, is far more certain than the TLV translation that I read from suggests. When it translated it as he claimed to be Ben-ELOHIM, the Son of God. The Greek says no, he is to do the Son of God. He is the Son of God. Pilate already knew that Yeshua was the King of the Jews and that he was not guilty of any trumped up but vague allegations of transgressing the Roman law. But this was new information to me, and it rocked him, The Son of God, Ben-ELOHIM, and the King of the Jews was not to be trifled with. He understood that. So when he went back into his praetorium and he pulled Yeshua with him to ask him in private, "Where are you from?" And this question, where is Yeshua from, is the topic of the Gospel of John, chapters 8 and 9, and also chapters 13 and 14. Yeshua explained this at length to his disciples and to the temple crowds and even to the Judean leaders, whom he said will not be able to follow him when he returned where he came from. And I'm not going to labor that point, but to these priests and corrupt leaders, Yeshua said, you know, I'm from heaven, I'm going back to heaven to my Father. Where I'm going, you cannot follow. Because when they die, they cannot follow him. They're going the other way. Enough. We already know the answer to Pontius Pilate's question, where are you from, to Yeshua. Yeshua came from Elohim, from his Father in heaven, and he was returning there. That's what John chapters 8 and 9 and chapters 13 14 tell us. When he told the leaders days earlier, they speculated whether he was going to kill himself. And in a way, you know, because Yeshua willingly went to the cross, he did so indeed. And with that, I hope you have something to put in your pipe and smoke. And I wish you shalom, shalom.